Well, BBC Two roars into action now with a Top Gear report on this week's RAC Rally, introduced by Steve Lee.
Welcome to the city of Birmingham, the heart of the country, the heart of the motor industry, and believe it or not, with more canals than Venice. This year, it's host to the NetworkQ RAC Rally, the final round of the World Rally Championship.
3, 2, 1.
It's 15 years since the rally last came to Birmingham, and as you can see, the city's skyline has changed dramatically since then, including the building of this, the new National Indoor Arena. And it's here that the NetworkQ RAC Rally will be based for the next 4 days, and from where we'll be reporting on all the action. Scrutineering's been going on here since early morning on the cars taking part in Britain's biggest spectator sporting event. World champion UHF leads the field, which reads like a who's who of rallying, with drivers like Francois Delacour and Ari Vatanen joining Britain's great hope and Subaru teammate Colin McRae. From the start here in Birmingham at 7:30 tomorrow morning, the cars travel in a long loop round the Midlands, taking in the classic spectator stages, including a new one at Tatton Park near Manchester. Day 2 has an early drive out to the Welsh Forest for 10 gruelling stages over nearly 120 special stage miles before overnighting in Lancaster. Day 3, Tuesday, and more fun in the treacherous Lake District, where many rallies have been won and lost. Get through here and you might see the end of the event. The final day sees the survivors head south back to Birmingham for an early evening finish in the city's Centenary Square. It's also the end of this year's rallying season, a series that's seen Toyota win their first Manufacturers' Championship.
Finland's Juha Kankkunen earned himself a special place in rally history this year, taking the World Drivers' Championship for an amazing 4th time. Still only 34, he won in Kenya, Argentina, Finland and Australia, where he handed Toyota their first ever manufacturer's crown, just to complete the set. He had 2 main co-drivers. Sadly, Juha Pirinen had to retire through ill health, leaving 32-year-old Welshman Nicky Grist to make a winning debut in Argentina. The new pairing wrapped up the championship with a 3rd place in the Catalonia Rally in Spain, and they celebrated in traditional fashion. How many more titles can this amazing Finn win? He certainly runs circles round the opposition.
Frenchman Francois Delacour was Kankkunen's main rival and, to Ford's delight, actually led the championship for much of the season. He gave Ford their first win for 5 years in Portugal and added Corsica and Catalonia to his tally. This has been a fabulous debut year for the Ford Escort, bringing back memories of their supremacy in the 70s. 31-year-old Francois is one of the newest stars in rallying. He was considered to be a tarmac specialist, but has proved he can scatter the stones with the best of them.
Sweden's Kenneth Eriksson is Mitsubishi's #1 driver, but the new Lancer Evolution is taking longer to evolve than the team expected. He perhaps raised hopes too high with his 4th place in Monte Carlo. But the team has been putting in a phenomenal amount of testing for this event, and we must never forget that Eriksson has twice finished 2nd here on the RAC. Can he go one better and surprise everyone?
Finland's finest rallying ambassador must be Ari Vatanen. The 41-year-old hasn't slowed down since he arrived in Britain 20 years ago. In August this year, he took the new Subaru Impreza to a 2nd place on its first outing, the Thousand Lakes. Ari's famous and flamboyant driving style will certainly please his thousands of British fans, who'd love him to go one better than his 2nd place on last year's RAC. What a popular win that would be.
Another French ace, Didier Auriol. who started the year in superlative style following his transfer from Lancia to Toyota. He soon gave his new team something to cheer about, with an amazing victory on his home roads of Monte Carlo. Over the final night stages, he snatched a sensational win from Delacour's Escort with some blistering times.
Germany's top rally driver is Armin Schwarz, hoping to emulate the feats of his fellow countryman, twice champion Walter Rohr. Armin has already given the new Lancer its best result to date, finishing third in the Acropolis Rally. It's only 5 years since he came to the RAC Rally for the first time and finished fifth in his privateer Audi. Mitsubishi was the first Japanese car to win the RAC Rally 4 years ago and is due for another taste of the champagne.
So the overseas drivers again expected to do well here, but Britain's Colin McRae has certainly set the alarm bells ringing after another impressive season. He's led the rally in the last 2 years, only to crash out and retire and then have mechanical problems. This time, he's doubly determined.
Colin McRae's New Zealand drive was quite brilliant, so great things are expected of him here.
I think there maybe even be more pressure this year because I've won one now. So everyone will expect me to get out there and it won't be a problem. But it's just the competition now is just so close and it's seconds that we're fighting over, and as soon as you make one small mistake that you can lose out. So it's going to be fairly difficult, and I'm sure everyone else will probably think I'm going to be that quick, so they'll just be going even quicker to try and beat me in my home ground.
His approach to the RAC is fairly simplistic.
I'm going to get out there and I'm sure we're going to have the speed to win the event. And we just have to get it all right on the day, and I'm just going to go as quick as I can.
This will be the British debut of the Subaru Impreza, a car he certainly seems to like. And it's a smaller car, so...
It's a smaller car, so maybe we won't knock so many corners off it.
For the drivers here in Birmingham, it's been a tense day as their cars are rigorously checked over in scrutineering. As usual, Tony Mason is our man with the microphone.
So, Ari, here again, last year second place. Can you do one better this time?
I definitely will try. It would be something I personally and selfishly feel long overdue. So, and we have got. I think I'm in a good shape. I have a long last. I think some maturity in my driving, and speed hasn't disappeared yet. And Subaru, the new Subaru is really fantastic. It's like a piece of sweet. So we go for it.
For this event, I would like snow also because I think it's better for me. I don't know the road enough. And when it's like that, I think everybody is going a little bit slower, then it's not so important to know the road very well. The reason why I would like snow.
He says it's one of his favourite events and he's hoping for snow.
Well, he's welcome to it, but I'm not, I can tell you that. I'd just be happy for the weather to stay dry for a change. And really just let's have some consistent weather, rally conditions so that you can really, drive at 100%.
I prefer the rally like it was when I came here the first year without a practice, because then it was really a driving rally for the driver. Now you could have a good advantage if you're here every year and you could, modify your notes, develop your notes, you know the stages better. But before it was for everyone the same. It wasn't so fast because you never know what's happened after the crest. Now you know it's flat and it's much faster now.
Now tell me honestly, when you get into the Welsh sections, which you obviously know better than anywhere, do you drive in a different way? How do you feel?
Well, judging by the last couple of years I haven't been driving that well through there, but equally on the British Championship we went very well through Wales, so I don't think I've got an omen there.
What do you think of the first day of this event?
It's probably one of the most difficult days. It's very easy to lose an awful lot of time on the stages without going too far wrong. So it's one of the most trickiest, but obviously very important for reseeding at the end of the first day.
Now the championship is really over now, so will you drive in a different way for this last rally, the NetworkQ RAC?
We don't know yet. Two different feeling. If we are feeling sure we have nothing to lose, and if we are not good feeling, we say okay, it's the last rally of the season to keep the power for next year.
Just an easy run round on this one, is it?
Yeah, but it's not so easy, this rally. I think it's the second difficult rally in the championship after Monte Carlo.
You've got great opportunity